I started pixel art about a year ago and I never planned on becoming a pixel artist. But it quickly became my favorite way to create and my go-to method for overcoming art block. The best thing about pixel art is that it doesn't matter if you're a digital or traditional artist, an animator or a game designer, everyone can benefit from it. So here are 7 reasons why I think that you should give pixel art a try. Limitation boosts creativity. The most common way to overcome art block is by adding constraints. That's why Inktober is so popular. You get a fixed time frame and specific prompts. Pixel art limits you naturally, because you're working with the smallest unit, a single pixel. That's why it helps me recover from art block so consistently. Fast and easy. Pixel art has a gentle learning curve. You will see progress quickly, and I'm a good example of that. These are my first attempts, and this is my art after a year. Because the images are so small, you can finish your drawings much faster. If something doesn't work out, you can redraw it in minutes instead of hours, making it much easier to experiment without getting discouraged. It's perfect for small projects, and the reason why I was able to post more finished art on my social media. Low entry barrier. You don't need a high-end computer, iPad, or any special device to start drawing. You also don't need to pay for any software. There are many free options from browser tools to mobile apps and programs. It doesn't even have to be digital. You can also use a simple notebook with grid paper. Strong fundamental training. From color contrast to shapes, composition, and more, pixel art naturally trains your fundamentals. Because everything is simplified, it becomes easier to focus on the basics and improve your skills more quickly. For example, I've always struggled with colors, but pixel art helped me understand color theory much faster. Since the palette is limited, you become more intentional with your choices instead of relying on details to fix things. Even small color changes can completely transform a piece from this to this. It forces you to understand the basics properly since your choices are limited. Make your own game assets. I've always dreamed of creating my own video games, but I gave up before I could even start. I was convinced I needed to learn complex 3D modeling and animation first. Just opening Blender felt overwhelming and I thought my dream would just stay a dream. But then I discovered pixel art and within minutes I had created my first game assets. I could focus on actually making a game instead of getting stuck learning everything beforehand. I created an animated character that can walk on solid ground, open doors, and even a functioning game menu. Thanks to pixel art, I'm actually building my own games now instead of figuring out Blender first. Easy to animate. I also always wanted to try animation, but I kept avoiding it because it looked like too much work. But while working on my own game, I had no choice. I needed animations. So I gave it a try and it turned out to be way easier than I expected. This was the first animation I have ever done. I had no experience prior to this, but just a few pixels were enough to create this clean and simple animation. Now I actually enjoy animating, and a year later I'm even creating things like my own animated cursors. Versatility and translation to other media. One thing I love about pixel art is how versatile it is. You can use it digitally for icons, mouse cursors, emotes, badges, game assets, and more. But it doesn't have to stay on a screen. Because pixel art is built on grid, it can easily be translated into physical crafts like perler beads, cross-stitching, mosaic art, or even knitting. It's a style that allows you to explore different creative hobbies while still using the same skills. Your art can exist in many different forms, and I think that's what makes it so special. Maybe you know any other ways pixel art can be used. Let me know in the comments. I hope I was able to convince you to give pixel art a try. You don't need thousands of brushes, expensive software, or a perfect idea to make something you're proud of. Sometimes all you need is a few pixels. If you decide to give it a try, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think and I'm excited to see your art. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.